Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the canyon. Welcome back to the, I don't know, we're going to find out the results of the fruits of our labors. Beautiful morning, birds everywhere. I just, don't let me forget, before the end of this, in the close of this, let me give you a look at Hannah, Montana. Hannah, Montana has an infestation. So we'll get to that. This is Lolo. This is the blue course, which for today we'll be calling the blue course. If a name pops into my head, we'll name it that. This is the first of the gated courses. There are 9 gates. You can happen to see gates 1, 2, 3, and 9 in the main camera shot right now. It's an out and back on top of itself. Realistically, over the length and the way I placed the gates, as I was drilling the holes and mounting the gates quite recently to this recording, I thought we could have spaced some of the gates a little further apart, because the gap between, I want to say the gap between 8 and 9 is like half the length of the course. But this is the first course that was not laid out by Baseline. Lolo did this layout. Lolo should be, like, it might be a different motor in there, but Lolo is largely unchanged since they were here last. It is still megalithics with shimmed green Injora silicones. Oh yeah, this is going to be a problem. So we're not running a score. This is course test 1, because we used them for the layout, but there were no markers mounted. Okay, that's excellent. Why is that excellent, you ask? Because, no, just because. There's a line, but if you get it just a little bit wrong, that line goes away. Actually, what I want to test, let's see here. Now, I went kind of straight at it up the shot. Okay, but breaching on, you got to get here, and then I'm going to try to go a little bit more left and hug the yellow side and see if this is easier. Yes. Now, Lolo laying this out was intentional. Tucked but full body, servo and axle, no bumpers, like class canyon, what I'm calling 3C2, crawler canyon class 2. Those are all advantages. He's got a lot of advantages, but he doesn't have dig or anything like that. Can't we hug around? Hopefully camera 2 will keep us lined up for this. I'm not 100% sure how to place myself so that I can see it and the camera can see it at the same time. Okay, that's going to shuttle real wide, so you're going to have to be real careful on your entry there. Break over. Oh, yes. See, I don't want to see 9 gate kills. I want to see that. Absolutely directly over my head. Went directly over my head. I've just convinced myself that they're checking out the course. That's why the helicopter flies directly over me. Okay, now hug it in this way. Now it's gonna, oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's just a murder hole right there. Okay, get as close as we can and then try to do the counter right here. We need that front to dig in. Oh. I'm not saying gate 2 is impossible. I think if I stand behind it, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to go radio silent here for a minute. I'm going to stand and look from directly behind him. This is why, if anybody asks, what do you think about FPV rock crawling? I think it's neat. Like, I think it's cool. FPV trailing, although then you're not out in nature. I don't know. I'm undecided. My first instinct is to say it's neat. But the second thing is, you can't see. And like, you need to be you need to be able to see. And me moving 6 feet to my left was all the difference. Now, as we're here for a test, we're gonna try Flora's lava, which means stay on the obstacle. Don't get down into the green stuff. So where do we execute this turn? We're gonna try right here. See if this has enough. Ooh, ooh, it's real pushy out. That might come back. Megalithic, come back. Okay, kind of robbed myself a little bit. Right there, right there. Very good. Okay, now, you will note, so it goes yellow, white, yellow, and then you can see just a little top of a white over there at the back. So that yellow 3, white 3, that other yellow you see, that's gate 8. What we do here in the scoring is, anytime, once you're through the gate, that gate is dead. So when he comes back through 8, because the course overlaps over itself, you could just run over gate 3. Just drive straight over it and knock the balls off. It doesn't matter. Gate 1 is dead, gate 2 is dead. Gate 8 is very much alive. So how do we execute this pirouette? Because we're still not clear of 3 yet. We're still not clear of 3 yet. I don't think we've crossed the plane. I would still say we're not clear of 3 yet. Little perfect placements. Ooh, you see what we're in between now. There's still enough room to slide down and hit 3. I think. Okay, right. Like, did we clear 3? Is that clear of 3? I don't know if that's clear of 3. And then we would have a lava because we're down on the ground. So the transition from 3 to 4 is going to be tricky. All right. We want to stay up. This should actually be... I want this to be deceptively easy. Or is it just going to be easy? Yeah, 4 is quite straightforward. We've got kind of a long jaunt then to get to 5. And what we're also trying to see is camera placements, because green line, pretty good. Front 9, excellent. Back 9, reasonable. I definitely did not take camera placements into account when I was setting up the blue course. I feel like we have to get as much up here as we can. And as long as we don't cut away, I think we're through that just fine. This is one of those courses where I think Lolo is in the group that is going to do reasonably well. Then we have to swing around. You can see there's 6 right there. Your choice as to where you swing over the top to get to 6, completely at driver's discretion. Because as we get over here to the backside, it gets really chopped up. Real slow, real slow. Grab, 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 grab. Having never made this swing around, it's not surprising I don't know exactly where to swing around. It's pretty good, I think. Do! Ooh, cut that back a little too tight. Now, it's not the through. It's more the exit, because you can just see you can see part of 7. So we're gonna drop down, and I'm trying to plot where to go. I don't know where to make that transition between 6 and 7. Okay, let's just we'll try to drop off. And I'm falling into my own traps. Big time right there, because I was operating as if I was already clear of 6, and I was not remotely clear of 6. I've really got to get back to Target and get another bag of used golf balls. Hopefully they still have bags of used golf balls at Target. They're very inexpensive. All of the yellows came out of a bag. I bought 100 used yellow golf balls on Amazon. A lot of the white balls, some are from the neighbor, some are from the bag of used golf balls from Target. Oh man, that is truly special, that spot right there. Okay. 6 has us defeated. As I was drilling and tapping these guys into place, I was like, oh man, I hope there's not a bunch of places that I have to add mortar because it's too easy. The too easy thing doesn't seem to be happening. If Lolo is having a medium difficulty here, I think that the difficulty balance for the whole course is pretty good. Oh, that's an excellent placement right there. Pretty happy with that. Coming up and over. Now we have to stay high. Otherwise, it's going to force our rear end right into low side 7. Got to pull through. Got to pull through. It's got us again. Okay. 6 and 7 are rough. 8 only raises questions as to, did we leave too much murder hole? Should be able to push right here across the face. Come right across here. Oh, 8 is 8 is easy on entry. Or is it? Come on, hang out, hang. Like I said, that's I'll go as high. That might be a 10. That's a 10% line. I think 10% of the time somebody's going to make it through that one. That was an excellent pivot around the top. As I mentioned in the past, the silicone insert is not super common in how many rigs it's fitted to, quote unquote, permanently. But those shimmed in there under Lolo, for whatever reason, I think the bottle of water is inside the line. What we're going to have to do, okay, I'm going to approach this the way I think I should approach it, the way I would approach it, which is we're going to try to ride this ridge line, and your breakover better be good. We're going to come across here. And did we drop down too early? Maybe not. Ooh, don't roll me down. Don't roll me down again. Lolo doing the thing. Honestly. Here's my feelings. Some of these gates looked to me easy. 1, fairly easy. 2, okay, let's do a scale of difficulty from 1 to 10. I would call gate 1 honestly, like a 5. That would be average difficulty. 2 would be 7. Okay. 3 is, because of the entry, 7.5 to 8. 4, cake. We'll call that a 5. That's an average difficulty here. 4 and 5, both average difficulty. We might have to mess with the entry points, like put something to help shunt them out of shape. 6 and 7 are savage. 6 is like a 9. 7 is like an 8.5, 9. 8 is honestly like a difficulty level 8. 8 is kind of perfect on the day. 9, gate 9 is the one that I think is far more difficult than it looks. Because if you fall off of that, the reset to come back around, that is if you don't just turtle in this perfect V-shaped valley down here, getting out of that, I think gate 9 has the highest. Oh, that was a good knee pop. Oh, that was a good one. Gate 9 has the potential to break the most stuff because you'd be like, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. Oh, by the way, not sponsored by alkaline water. I'm not sure that there's any advantage to drinking it. Tastes like water. There's a hole punched in the cap, and it's what I used with the masonry drill to drill the holes. That's why the alkaline water bottle is still out here. That's what that was used for. And so Lolo would have put up a mid-range score. When we get it a little more, there are some sections. Right along in here, there are murder holes, and I'm okay with this stuff. But when we get right down here, like that, this guy, he's not affixed. So if you pried on him, he would just pop out. So we need to get some mortar in along some of these spots just purely for rock glue. I'm kind of okay with the overall roughness of it, and a lot of that applies right here as well. Because we want it difficult, but we don't want it impossible. And I think that the blue course is supposed to be the next more difficult. And I think it is. Because if you get into a more handicap level of Class 2 competitors, it's gonna get messy at blue. I was trying to figure out in the close here how to point this out. Okay, this is Hannah Montana, the most dangerous of the Montanas. You will see this right here. This is not deadly nightshade. This is black nightshade. It has kind of spread across the course because if you see this plume of dirt right here, that is because right at the base of this one, right about there, and then again right up here, there's two soup can sized holes that go down inside of Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana has an infestation of ground squirrels. If you will turn your attention, do you see this fault line all along here and coming down all these cracks? Even to where, do you see this crack line that goes up like this? Whatever they're doing, because Hannah Montana is all dirt on the inside. That's how all of this stuff is growing out of it, because it came in the dirt. There was just one big nightshade right here. It died off during the summer, but there was enough of it dormant underneath that when the squirrels ate whatever the seeds, the roots, whatever, and pooped them out, now it's growing everywhere. And I'm having to cut it down all across the course because all of this, and that's more nightshade, that's more nightshade, all of this and that thick grass, that's all from the dirt beneath Hannah Montana. But wait, there's more. Not only have they gotten through there, I could stick this tripod in, I could stick that carbon fiber leg all the way in. They've just kicked a hole right out the back. So and I don't know if the camera's picking them up, there's little micro cracks running all the way up. They're basically heaving the whole top of the mountain off. Now, they are industrious and they work I just noticed right there. There's another hole that just goes straight in. They are industrious and they work day and night. And the thing is, mortar mix is relatively inexpensive, relatively speaking. So I will just patch up. I wet it down and I'll patch up all of the things that they're doing, and then they can dust themselves off and try again. The blue course for a first run, you know what? Not to get into back padding too heavily, but I feel like I'm getting better at it because that was a fairly solid first effort. And there it is in its entirety, viewing it from the east. Can we see it? Can we see them all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There's Lolo hanging out right where we left him. I gotta remember to take that bottle of water in with me. We did solidly okay. This was a solidly okay first out performance. There will be in my plannings, not even on the whiteboard yet, not on the magical whiteboard. There will be one more course, the black course, which will take part on the Montanas, starting at Monty, Montana and wrapping around. So there'll be some gaps between the gates. But black course will be the black course. It will be as difficult as we can make something repeatable. There's impossible waterfall. Will that be in a gate? Maybe. There's a chasm. There's a deadly chasm over there, which will make a great gate. There's a passage around Monty, Montana, which is not fun. There's definitely 9 spots that I can pick to put 9 gates. We will do that in no quickness. We have no rush because I put the spray paint marks down to place those gates so long ago that the color had completely faded out to white. And I was like, I better get those gates down before the paint marks are just gone completely. So we press forward. We continue the work on the courses. I have all of the bits to build a little mini trail course back here, like a poker run style course, sitting in a box, and they've been in a box for almost a year. These are, it is not the time for confessions. It is the time to go and do other things. So I will take this opportunity to thank you so much for joining us today. Invite you to join us again in the future, and hope that in between now and when we meet again, you one and all do your very best to have a good one, everybody. We'll see you again here from the canyon, the blue course. How did it do? Let me know in the comments below. I will see you all next time.